Hello, Agustinoism. I guess I, I do apologize if I don't really know your name. I guess from your channel you have some really beautiful paintings, and I'm quite envious of your ability to actually sketch and so on. And I guess from your paintings I can make out that your name is actually Nicholas. I hope I pronounce it correctly, Nicholas or Nicholas. I want to say hello. I actually remember you were part of my old channel, and we actually knew each other for quite some time now. My earlier channel, I remember you used to post quite frequently on my other content as well, and it's pretty nice to see you also on my new channel now. Now, you are a pretty old subscriber, and I want to say that absolutely, man, I really want to reply to you in this video and say that thank you for your continual support, thank you for your engagement, I really appreciate your typing to me and your ability to just word. And you're right, we have the pretty much the same situation in life, and um, it would actually be nice to see you also making a video about your own situation and probably a live stream later. It was the initial thing of my channel. I wanted to make almost like a engagement channel. Unfortunately, I don't really have the time, so I don't produce as much videos. And my videos as such do not really get the viral count. I never really wanted to become viral. My whole purpose was just to kind of go and shotgun to a smaller crowd of people and being able to kind of you know corner those people and have a good conversation with them. But you know how YouTube is. It's just like some videos go viral, others don't, and some just remain under the carpet. And my channel's never really gotten a lot of views. I don't really know why. I just never really took a lot of time to actually put, because I'm a very busy person. So all of the time that I really have available doesn't really go in my YouTube. And I really wanted to always make my channel to be quite of a modest channel. I never really wanted to put too much things in my channel and almost have an intimidating factor with it. And I think a lot of people do this. They're over engineering their content. And I never really wanted to get to this point. I just wanted to speak from my heart. And I guess I do edit, but sometimes I feel editing is kind of breaking the spell when it comes to a basic relationship and with people. And I mean, we don't edit in real life if you make a mistake. So it doesn't really make any sense to over edit videos, and never really want to go. It seems unnatural and stuff. I think it might be best to start addressing some comments. Now, it's very late at night, so please excuse me for my kind of fumbling around and stuff. Tomorrow morning, I actually have a teaching session. I have to wake up pretty early to teach a 5-year-old girl mathematics and stuff. Um, it's actually a long story, but I advertise myself online, um, South African portals and so on, like online teaching and so on. So I do teach math and science to young people online mostly, and I don't get a lot of money from that, but I do get some, and I do get paid in a weird portal. So it's not like I really make it's literally just pocket money. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that. But I wanted to address your questions because you made a lot of time to type to me, and I want to quickly go over your questions, Nicholas, if I may call you that. Let me just quickly look at that. My channel quickly. I want to go through my earlier video. Okay, so you've posted a kind of comments. You said that moving out of my parents' house I have mixed feelings about, because if you move out, you have an even more stress about keeping your job because you have to pay everything yourself. Well, if you live with other people, you split expenses. Well, that's true. I remember when I lived with other people, I did split expenses, and it's actually really weird because the landlord we used to have actually dubbed the room. So, you know, we lived in one room. A friend and I lived in a room, and um, it was actually weird because, it was a room, but it was kind of split. So we split the room up. There was like a, partition. So we split the room up and everything. But just to save money, we actually so initially, we the guy told us that the room was $200 per week and stuff, and we wanted to split the cost. And then he upped it a bit because it's two people now renting it. It doesn't make any mathematical sense why he would do that, but he did it. He upped the price, and sometimes you do at least split expenses. And I guess I think we need to talk about cooking as well, because cooking is a very big topic that I think is really in the door, um, or kept behind the door for a lot of times. And I think it's about time that a lot of us, more of us, crowds start to talk about cooking, especially when we go. Now the thing, Nicholas, is that we're all people who are. I mean, the people on my channel and so on, like the St. Andrew and Virgin Messiah, and all the other spider web of channels that are kind of kin to ours. People are single, they are bachelors, and there's not almost like no conversation on how to cook, how to be able to survive as a bachelor. Almost like the bachelor about economics, that type of topic. Aaron Cleary actually did a lot. I mean, if you follow him, he actually does a lot of work on, he's a very intelligent guy, and what I don't really understand, like he does a lot of the low intelligent people, so that's one thing I really hate about him, and he's a bit of a schmuck as well. But for the most part, Aaron Cleary does talk sense, and his video, if you go to his channel, Aaron Cleary, you just can write it, Aaron with two A's, Cleary, CL, Charlie Lima, Alpha Romeo Echo Yankee, Charlie, Aaron Cleary. The way you say Aaron Cleary, you would know that, and you would, oh, even a misspell will give you his name and stuff. So you can check his channel. He does a lot. He did a lot of different content, and his content is mostly just focusing on men. It's all about men. It's about mostly single men and how about women and stuff. There's more to his channel, and I would say that's kind of the channel I followed for a couple of years now. And his stuff is very. He's a very intelligent guy. He almost never edits. He just comes up with stuff. I'm quite amazed about how he can talk about stuff, and how he can get to topics and so on. But like I say, he's a bit of a prick sometimes, and that's one thing that I don't really like about Aaron. But for the most part, he does talk sense, and his sentiments correlates with mine as well. Um, as for your other question, I do think I answered the first one about splitting costs. Yeah, splitting costs is good. If you can move out of your parents' house, well, it would be good to split costs. If you have a friend you can do it with, definitely do that. But it has to be something you actually trust and actually like to be with, because if you share a apartment with someone that you don't, I mean, it goes without saying to know someone before you do that. And I would just say, yeah, well, if it works for you, then definitely go for it. It will be changing your life as well, and you might actually like it. Give it a try. I mean, you don't have anything to lose, Trapped under ice, comfortably cold, I've gone as low as you can go, feel no remorse. Yeah, I guess no sense of shame, time's gonna wash away. It sounds like you're rhyming here. I kind of love it. I mean, as an artist, I guess I catch the rhyme. I do catch it now, and I see you rhyming. Um, it seems to be your poetry there, but yeah, man, I would say that as far as your poetry, well, yeah, it's pretty hard. I mean, it's pretty difficult. And the thing is, you don't really know where life is going to go tomorrow or next year. Let alone the 5 year to 10 year plan that we all had back in the years. Everyone just talked about the 5 to 10 year plan. We don't have that anymore. Like, life is so extremely versatile. I didn't reply to you. You told me right now I have a temp job dealing with Python. Okay, so you got a Python job, Python programming. Yeah, I would like to relocate to western part of the USA. Yeah, actually I tried to migrate a couple of times as well. I tried to get into Canada a couple of times. And my own, I mean, the fact that you are in programming is a very good thing, because if you can keep your job, you can even be mid to senior level in programming. You're going to have a lot of job opportunities open up to you. And I would say that programming is at the top league of very required jobs, especially if you're in the senior level and you're a good coder. How good are you at coding? Because if you're good at coding, man, I can tell the world is open for you. Unfortunately for me, I'm just not that talented and that smart to go into. Like I said, I had to have Python and also Pascal from my undergrad. And we did a couple of other languages, including Java and C++ and so on. So I did all these things, and coding was just not for me. I mean, I just don't like to be intimidated. Don't like to be doing something I really am not good at for money. So I kind of left programming. It's just not for me, and I'm not really good at it. So if you are good at it and you are talented and you can keep a job in programming, I certainly couldn't. I tried a couple of interviews with programming, and I tried a couple of tests, and I was just too slow. I was literally too slow, and that's kind of my common problem. I take a very long time to work through problems. Especially now being 30, it didn't used to be the way when I was 18 and 17. I used to be quite sharp as a whip, to use that expression. I used to be pretty sharp in math. I remember I sat a third year calculus paper. I thought it's first year, and I enrolled in a first year calc. But I stepped into a third year calc paper. It was a class before the one starting at my college. Um, and I immediately know what was going on. And I just kept on saying, answers. I just kept, giving answers to the professor. He was like, "Who's this guy? I never saw you before." And everyone was like, "Who's this kid? Who's this kid?" I just completely got a knack of it. But a lot of stuff happened, and I actually don't have the capacity anymore. So for me, I just can't code now. Like I used to. I probably would say I used to, but it's a door that's close to me. And if I could, I would love to get into Python again. And if you're good at Python, if you can program well, it seems like you can program. So the doors will open to you pretty quickly. I mean, if you keep this job for 3 to 4 years, and you'd be pretty fine. If this is a temporary job, well, try and get a full-time job. Just keep at it. Just keep practicing with Python. You would get there. Try a couple other languages as well. Like I would say, if you're doing Python, get a good foundation. Try C as well. Like C will give you a very good foundation of data stacks and data sets and things like that. So you need to have the very deep understanding of data sciences as well. And C will give you that. C will give you that backup, that back end understanding of Python. And Python is kind of Python is almost like a robust language. It's a language that it's easy in the way that it's not so full of shit like women almost. Like it's really versatile and very practical and pragmatically used, because it can use, like, for instance, you can have a data type, and without having to declare the data type, it's all automatically declared. So you got an automatic. Whereas with C, it's literally a pain in the butthole, because you got to declare each and every data type as well as basically the space allocation and everything like that. So you really are lucky. I mean, with Python, if you're really good at it, I would just say keep on going with it. As for relocation, again, I would say it's not a guarantee. If you are stuck, I couldn't really make sense. I thought you said that you're from Africa, if I could remember correctly and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, USA, everyone wants to get into USA. It's a surplus. It's basically a bottleneck. It's a demand and supply curve, right? I mean, I think everyone wants to get into USA to this day, like Canada and USA. And you got to understand it's going to be pretty hard. I tried Canada. I tried a couple other countries. And because of financial reasons, those countries seemed to be profitable to me. And I wanted to migrate there, but I couldn't. They didn't allow me to. I needed a visa. How do you get a visa? Well, classic chicken and the egg problem again. You need a job. Who's going to give you a job? The job has to be out for like 90 days before they will give a job to a foreigner. So that's going to be pretty difficult. Unless you're a very skilled or very experienced person, you'll get a job abroad. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to be probably hitting the lottery or something. I don't know. I've tried to, and I couldn't. I want also to move out of my parents' house, but that will help. Yeah, it's not always a wise thing to move out of your parents' house. If you got the money, I'd say do it. But if you have a security in your job, do it. I won't tell you off by doing that. This is my issue. I want to go meet people at my school. I don't have the energy to leave my house and drive every day. Feels the same until I did change. You might need to look at why you're lazy to change. Do you have depression? Why exactly do you have low energy? Or are you just lazy? Like, how's your energy levels? It might help to know exactly your energy if you're able to actually get up in the morning, for instance, make coffee without wasting too much energy and stuff. How do you feel during the day? Are you low in energy? Can you cope well and stuff? I think those questions will really suffice in actually what's going on. If it's just laziness, I guess there's a lot of courses you can follow. Basic things like pick yourself up, and it could help if you're really lazy. I don't know, you just need a goal. You probably just need a goal, a better goal in your life. You can use the free, if you have a smartphone like everyone does today, use the apps, like the freebie GBs, the text apps and stuff, and set up some reminders, and just get going on a routine. Make up your bed, follow that classic Jordan Peterson corporal advice, making up your bed, and those things. Like, get out of the habit of just being lazy. I know it's easy. It's such a cliche, Don't be lazy. Everyone's just shouting that, but you're really going to have to understand the seriousness. Classic carrot and the stick is realizing that the more lazy you are, man, the more time you will waste. It's just it's just a negative feedback loop. If you're lazy, you will waste time, and maybe that's not going to be enough to stop laziness. But the moment you realize the seriousness of laziness, you will stop being lazy, and it takes time for that as well. But I would say nip it in the bud. How the question is, how much do you really want it? How much do you really want to not be lazy? And then use that to drive you not to be lazy. I would use that as a motivation to drive me not to be lazy anymore. Yeah, I just wanted to say hello, and this is my response to you. You've been a subscriber for a hell of a lot of time now, and you've actually come from my funnel through from my previous channel. And I guess your name is Nicholas. Pretty much anything I know about you, apart from a couple things that I've picked up from these comments. And it would be nice again to say that you need to make a video. I would like to meet you in probably a live stream. I really appreciate your responses to me, and it means a lot to know that there's people like you who actually listen to me and actually, I really up you on that, and I would really say that I really appreciate your coming out and listening to all my content, and you're always leaving wise and intelligent comments, and I really appreciate it from you. And keep commenting, keep getting in conversation. I would like to get to know you more and release a video. And good night to you. Speak soon, man. I really appreciate this, and have a good one, eh?